Welcome back to 843 TV. We are now joined by Robin Townsend, who is the chair for Daufuskie Tourism.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great today. Glad to be here.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Give us an update on the cancellation of the Marsh Tacky races. I know we've all heard about it by now, but just kind of give us the behind-the-scenes story.
Thank you. Well, it's good to discuss it just in case someone hadn't heard about it yet. We want to make sure someone's not showing up for it, but it has been in local press and media. It is canceled from the 29th. But it actually turns out it's going to be somewhat of a good thing for everyone because they had lost what had been their sponsorship last year. Things weren't pulling together quite as well as they needed, and then there were some things within the association, so they needed to cancel it. But the nice thing about it is we're looking at setting a fall date, which will be more within tradition of what they did for the races on the beach after the harvest in the fall of the year. So that's going to be a good thing for us. But that will also give us a chance to look at some sponsors and marketing and making sure that we're ready for the crowds when they come, because we're wanting to make this an annual event on Daufuskie Island. So we're going to get some sponsors in place, be ready for the crowds to come, get some more boats bringing people over, and make it more in harmony with what it used to be traditional race on the beaches after the harvest.
That's great.
So it's a good thing.
It's polar vortex is out of the southeast.
Well, maybe we'll be early enough, just right, but after the summer heat, but when the cool of the fall has set in.
To get a little breeze,
and no winter vortex yet for us.
No.
But what other Daufuskie events should we mark on our calendar?
I wish I could tell you. I'm just great with remember exactly the dates, but you kind of put the markers around it. We know that the Daufuskie Conservancy will be doing their annual Earth Day event. So you can go to the Conservancy's website for Daufuskie and get the exact date, but they've been making this an annual event. We're going to have that. We'll touch on it a little bit again later, but the Daufuskie Farmers Market will be back again this year, so when that season starts, and again, we'll touch on it a little bit later. But the one, even though it's far out, I'd really like for people to start thinking about is the annual Autumn Fest. This will be our year number 10, and Daufuskie Tourism did start that one, so we're really proud of it. And if you've ever attended anything on Daufuskie, annual events, getting them started and keeping them going take a little bit. And that will be the first Saturday in November, so we want people to mark their calendar for that. And the last Saturday in April, the Daufuskie Elementary School will be doing their annual fundraiser, and that's always fun, and it is open to the public. Of course, it's very popular on the island, but it is open to the public, and they do an oyster roast there and have a band. So it's a good way to come out and mix with the locals. Us locals will be there, but it's a good way to come and sense part of the community and enjoy. And then, of course, check with the Chamber's website for things. They keep a calendar going of Daufuskie events, but those are some of the things we'd love for you to come and join us for.
That's great stuff. It's always a good time on Daufuskie.
It's a good thing. You can't have a bad time if you're on Daufuskie.
Well, I know there's a new series right now called Inside Daufuskie, which I think is fantastic, just to kind of let people know what's happening. Tell us about that, what's coming up on that, and how does that get the word out about what's happening?
We love it because it's exclusive on WHHI, so we love that they were willing to include us in the news since there's so much that people want to know about it. The one that we've done six in the series so far. I had to stop and do a count on it. But we're going inside Daufuskie to show people close up and personal. And some of the times I'm the host and someone else is the host as we're putting it together. But one that we're going to have coming up that I'm really looking forward to filming is Daufuskie is so popular for our history and the nature and the beauty, and we're going to do one specifically of the guided historical trail, and we're going to, Wayne doesn't know this, don't have a heart attack here, but we're going to do like the speed up that you do. We'll stop at each of the markers and do the little talk in the interview, and then we're going to do the golf cart going fast speed up. So we're going to do it in time-lapse photography,
yes.
I think they call it. And I think that is going to be so much fun to do that. And then we have one coming up that I think will be the next one up to air is horseback riding on Daufuskie Island. One of the few places in anywhere that you can ride horses on the beach. So in addition to the beautiful trail rides you have, you can ride the horses on the beach, and so we have some footage of riding the horses on the beach, and that's truly unique. And it's good, as you know, Charlie, bringing tourists to the area. That's a good thing to have people come and experience something.
Very neat experience.
You can't go experience any place else.
You can't. Most beaches are restricted from that, so that's a neat
They are.
thing
So
to be able to do.
It's fantastic. So that's two of the things we have coming up, and then of course we'll be working through more things. But those are two that I'm really excited about.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Well, while everyone is marking their calendar for all the amazing events that are going on in Daufuskie, the next question out of everybody's mouth is what's going on with the public ferry and how do you deal with getting there?
Thank you. I appreciate appreciate that you stress public ferry because we do have the water taxis that come to and from Daufuskie Island, which the public can make a reservation and ride the taxi. And then we do have ferry operators that service the public, but it's not really the same as the public ferry, which is our public transportation to and from Daufuskie Island. And part of why I find myself doing so much time educating on this one is we're used when you drive on a road, that is your public roadway, your ingress, egress. For Daufuskie Island, our ferry system, the water is our road. Charlie did a good one on that one for us one time. But there are layers that go with that. Is South Carolina law sets within it that when you have an island that doesn't have a road, the water becomes the connector. And then the next comes for the local county, Beaufort County, to be our connector to oversee the waterway. And in Beaufort County Code, it states that they have oversight over the road, over the ferry in this case, and to set the schedules and the time coming and going. And we're real pleased that we've been able to find there's a grant out there, a Tiger grant, that will allow us to apply for it. Now, of course, we're hoping to get it, but in doing this, we'll be doing a planning grant for Daufuskie Island to improve our public ferry system in hopes that we can get everyone to and from Daufuskie Island and not those of us that are just living on the island right now that are using the public transportation. It truly will become like other states that have a ferry system that's a public transit. And Benya Foundation will be, as part of the coalition, to sponsor this, and we're proud of that.
That'd be huge.
That
Much
would be
needed.
Tremendous,
Yeah.
and long overdue.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is big.
And real quickly, when people want to go to the farmer's market, they'll use the ferry that's coming. So tell us about the farmer's market real quick.
They can use the ferry or they can come on their private boat because it is held at our Daufuskie public dock landing, so the public landing. So that allows anybody that wants to boat over to come boat, join us, or if they're boating over on the island, whatever. But we will be starting in late spring, early summer. We've not set the date exactly, going through fall. It's a fun place. We will be there again this year. Everybody come join us at the farmer's market.
Great stuff. Thanks, Robin. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Wade.
And thank you for watching 843 TV. Be sure to catch us next time.